Hi, I'm Michael Patel, President and founder of the Fatty Liver Alliance. I'm here today to talk about a critical issue, and that is the involvement of the patient voice in clinical trial design. From a patient's perspective, participating in clinical trials for MASH or other medical conditions can come with various barriers, burdens, and challenges. It is essential to understand these factors to improve patient engagement and enhance the overall clinical trial experience. Here are some, and I'm going to share 10 with you, key aspects from the patient's perspective. The first one is about fear, uncertainty, and doubt, the FUD factor. Patients have uncertainty and fear of the unknown. Patients may be anxious about receiving experimental treatments from their perspective or placebos with concerns about potential side effects or the overall effectiveness of the intervention. Two, medical and health related factors. There's the symptom burden. MASH patients may already be experiencing symptoms like fatigue, abdominal discomfort, maybe brain fog, and it can cause many patients to feel taxed. How many spoons, according to the spoon theory, do they actually have to participate in the clinical trial? It could be very taxing for them. And then there's the comorbidities. Patients with other medical conditions alongside MASH may find it challenging to manage multiple health concerns during a clinical trial. Third, the logistical and practical challenges. This is the real world. There's a time commitment. Clinical trials often require frequent visits to medical facilities, which can be burdensome for some, especially for those with busy work schedules or family responsibilities. Then there's the transportation and travel factor. Patients may face difficulties in reaching the trial site, particularly if it's located far from where they live. And there is the financial strain. Are there costs related to transportation or additional medical tests, any out-of-pocket expenses that could deter patients, especially if they have limited financial resources? Four, there's the informed consent and decision-making. This isn't a big one. Understanding informed consent. The complexity of informed consent documents can pose challenges for patients in comprehending the study's objectives, risks, and benefits. And with regard to shared decision-making, patients may desire more involvement in decision-making process and not feeling heard or respected, and that can deter their participation. Number five, placebo concerns. They're worried about getting the real drug. Patients may be concerned about being assigned to a placebo group or not receiving the active treatment, especially if they have high hopes for trials' potential benefits. Then there's number six, the psychosocial impact. There's the emotional toll. Dealing with a chronic liver disease like MASH can already be emotionally taxing, and the additional stress of participating in a clinical trial can affect their mental well-being. And there is social stigma too. There's stigma associated with liver disease, or even the clinical trial participation itself could lead to reluctance in discussing participation with friends, family, or employers. Seventh, healthcare provider interactions. Provider communication. Patients may have concerns about the quality of communication with their healthcare providers, including whether their questions and worries are adequately addressed. And provider recommendations. Patients may rely on their healthcare providers' guidance and recommendations regarding clinical trial participation. Number eight, access to information. There is a limited awareness and a lack of awareness about clinical trials, including their existence and potential benefits, and that can be a significant barrier. And then, of course, access to trial information and difficulty finding reliable and comprehensive information about ongoing trials, and that can hinder a patient's ability to make informed decision. Number nine, diversity and representation. There are representation concerns. Patients may worry about whether clinical trials include a diverse range of participants, reflecting the broader population affected by MASH. And the last one is number 10, and it's about health literacy, understanding complex concepts. The scientific and medical terminology used in clinical trial materials can be challenging for patients with limited health literacy. Addressing these barriers and burdens from the patient's perspective involves comprehensive support, clear communication, patient education, and efforts to minimize logistical and emotional challenges associated with clinical trial participation. Engaging patients in the design and conduct of trials can also lead to more patient-centered research, experiences, and better outcomes. Thank you.